Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. We're going to do a love reading today, taking a look at what is going on with the person you are dealing with. Remember, though, it is a general reading, so it won't be for everyone, unfortunately. So take what resonates and leave the rest. However, if you are interested in personal readings, I have a half-price sale on until the end of the month, when I will be closing my Etsy store. Link for that is in the description box below. Okay, we definitely have a situation here that must be causing you a bit of kind of frustration, because this person's energy seems to be a little bit all over the place. We've got the overall energy of the reading is the Two of Swords, and the main focus here is the Knight of Swords. Libran energy and Gemini energy. Whatever is going on in this situation, this person keeps changing their mind. There's a lot of indecision, or they're on the fence about something. Could be a kind of lack of commitment, or something that they're really avoiding at the moment with that Two of Swords, but it feels more like not necessarily just indecision, but that they keep changing their mind, or if there's something they say they're going to do, they don't actually do it. Could be something serious here as well that they're trying to kind of avoid. That Gemini energy can sometimes be a more, when we're not looking at the aspect of the Knight of Swords to do with conflict, I feel like they're showing up more as frustration due to their indecision or keep changing their mind, particularly if there is a important decision that needs to be made, or something that needs to be examined and looked at that they're avoiding. Their energy is coming off as more like aloof, playful, and there's something serious here that they're trying to like sidestep or avoid. The blocks and challenges here are the Page of Swords. So there's a lot of mental frustration in the situation. That Page of Swords, I feel like there's a conversation or a decision that they're avoiding. And then we've got the Emperor, Aries energy, stability. It's kind of like this is going round in circles because of the part of me wants to say lack of ability to commit. That doesn't necessarily have to mean in terms of a commitment, but committing to something specific in general. Like you can commit to a new gym routine where that consistency, I'm going to do it every day. Their energy is very unreliable, because they're not showing up as this kind of Emperor energy, solid, decisive, reliable, in control, where you know where you stand. There's a lot of difficulty with knowing not just where you stand with this person, but where the situation stands in general, but also where do they stand. So I feel like it's not coming up as like major conflict or anything like that yet, but it is starting to get kind of annoying, frustrating. Give me a straight answer. Let's see what is going on with their energy. We've got the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. There may be something coming up here. We've got the Seven of Swords, because the Hanged Man is Pisces energy. Part of that is to do with Jupiter, which is forward expansion, but also part of that is to do with the planet Neptune, which is going direct. Neptune rules over illusions or things that are intangible, at least partly, because so there may be some clarity or decisiveness around the situation and this person that is coming up, because I feel like you just want to know kind of where you stand, or some sort of consistency or stability from this person. We've got the Seven of Swords here as well, though, so they're still kind of avoiding it. And that energy of being on the fence about something with the Two of Swords is showing up in the Hanged Man. However, on the positive side, the Hanged Man, as well as being Pisces, is the number 12. Pisces is the 12th sign, the last sign in the zodiac, which then leads into the energy of Aries, the start, the beginning, something solid that we can rely on. At least with that Hanged Man energy, is usually a bit of, because we've got quite a few things here to do with like polarity or the two sides of an equation. Libran energy and the Two of Swords deals with that kind of yin and yang, two sides of the equation. Gemini energy, no offense, is Castor and Pollux, the mortal and the god. But there is that thing people say about Geminis where it can feel like you're dealing with two different people. And the Hanged Man is seeing things from the partly the other person's side of the equation. So I think there is a realization there around how their shaky energy is affecting you and the situation, and that decision or decisiveness that needs to come through from them is being contemplated a little bit. But there's also an energy there with the Seven of Swords of them maybe avoiding it. Because the Knight of Swords is looking away and the Seven of Swords is sometimes an energy of running away, they keep, I don't know if it's necessarily them pulling back or running away from you in the connection and then coming forward, or if it's just they're avoiding the serious questions or the serious conversation. Let's see what's showing up in their actions. Is that the Two of Wands, Mars in Aries energy, that decisiveness, finally settling on that decision and choice, but also being a consistent energy that you can actually depend on, which is the opposing side of that Two of Swords. We've also got the World card, Saturnian energy, which is the more serious and stable energy of the planets. And where this is going to is the Four of Pentacles, which usually is a negative energy of holding back. But in this case, the number 4 and also physical earth is that consistency or solid base that has been lacking in the situation or with this person. We've got Capricorn energy there, and then we've got the Chariot Cancerian energy, which again, there's something very important to the number 4 here, because Cancerian energy is the fourth house in astrology, home and family. But the Chariot here is where the kind of energy between the two of you is coming together and working together for forward progress, victory, and success. It's one of the two cards to do with power, control, which shows up in the Two of Wands and the Emperor here. So this flaky, avoidant energy that you've been getting from them that is causing a lot of frustration, and the serious questions or discussions that they've been avoiding, finally in comes that stabilizing force or energy where they're no longer avoiding that, potentially some of that to do with responsibility. And it means there is something reliable here and tangible with the Four of Pentacles, a mini win, where you are able to actually get a better sense of what is going on with this person and the situation and what they want. So that more detached, aloof energy is showing up more as this kind of emperor energy that can come together with yourself in order to fully create that energy of the Chariot, where they know what they want or they know what they need to do in the situation, and allows for forward progress between the two of you, or at least something more reliable in the situation with what's going on. So there's a lot of focus here on their actions and the physical side of things, of what they're giving to the connection and the situation, where finally it's something more that we can kind of rely on, more consistent. And there is a important decision here that they're no longer running away from or sitting on the fence over, related to stability or commitment, that they're finally embracing. Anyway, guys, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, though, it is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. However, if you are interested in personal readings, I have a half-price sale on at the moment. A link for that is in the description box below. Cheers.